Hello everyone, it's Sue here. So in today's video, I'm going to continue working on my new journal. I'm following along with Carol from Wonky Stitching with Carol. And this is the first page that I had sewn. And I'm trying to, use more stitches than I normally would. So, and I know it's hard to see because this is very neutral in color, but I do have a whole bunch of French knots there. I have seed stitching in here, cantha stitching over here, and that's probably, well, I have more cantha over here. This is all cantha stitched, all of this. And yeah, so, and it's going to fold like that. So that's what the page will look like on one side and that on the other side. So that was the first page. So now this is the second page, which, let me move this for a minute. We're going to actually start on the third page in this video. But what Carol did, so I'm trying to follow along with Carol so I don't have to think too much. And she did this awesome kind of like a wave type stitch. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that because I have never done that before. So I did start it and I'm almost done, but I figure, well, let me put the camera on so that you can, see what I'm doing. And I used a nice dark brown pearl thread in size 8, and and I like the way that it really shows up really great on this lighter fabric up here. And as far as the colors of this whole journal is, well, I started out with it I had neutral in my head, which is why this page looks like it does, right? But I put a piece of, actually a dress, my daughter's old dress, and I have a piece of it here as well. And that fabric, I decided to use the colors of that fabric for the colors of this journal. So I'm going to try really, really, really hard for the most part, not 100%. I don't have to do it 100%, but I kind of want to have it look cohesive, and yeah. And so I'm going to stick with the browns, the neutrals, and then a darker, like a deeper yellow, like not a bright yellow. I don't want bright. That's one thing that I do know. I don't want bright on here. So I just wanted to do a little bit of the wave stitching with all of you, which is just a straight stitch, but you just kind of, get the curve thing going, and I like it just the way it is. So I'll knot that. So that was fun. I enjoyed doing this stitch because, like I said, I hadn't done. I don't remember ever doing, like a stitch that looks like a wave. So I do know I want to add this button somewhere on here. I'm not sure where. Maybe this will even end up on the cover of this journal, but I love this button. It's like a big, bulky, off-white button. I absolutely love it. So let me read this little quote to you because I love it. It's awesome. It says, "What you do today is important because you are exchanging a day of your life for it." Isn't that cool? I'll read it again. What you do today is important because you are exchanging a day of your life for it. So it's like, what you do make it count, make it, you know, do something that you enjoy, which this is what I enjoy, is the stitching. So the rest of this right now is just basted down. But you can see I pulled in more browns, more of the deeper yellows. This down here is actually a piece of a silk scarf, a woman's silk scarf. So I really like the composition of this page. So I will come and, you know, I'll, you know, finish stitching this down on my own. What I wanted to do was to create another page, do the composition with you. And so I have a lot of this fabric, which is a linen fabric used for cross stitch. Now this is, you know, it's a little short this way, but I'm going to use it because, well, I have it. I got it for free from somebody here in town, and I have a whole bunch of it. So I want to be sure I use it. All right. So this is going to be the new page right here. I have a little drawer next to me with different fabrics and stuff that I want to use. I have pulled even more out. This I thought would be pretty actually for the front cover. So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, and I did not do this. You know, this was a piece of something that I received, you know, a bigger, you know, table runner or whatever it was. But I like that. So yeah, so I don't know. I do want to leave this out because this is the dress that I am using. And I even have like, oops, like littler pieces here that I want to pull from. But I have even littler pieces. I have, you know, like I have enough for like, you know, 29 different journals here. I did pull out some more of the, you know, crochet that I have. You know, I did not do these. I do not crochet, but look at how pretty this is. It's a piece of cotton lace. I'm going to keep that out because I think I want to use that right away. I love it. It's a little piece of the fabric. And then I just have like all these little pieces. So you know what? I think I'm going to dive into this first. I did pull out an assortment of little doilies and stuff. So I think I'm going to focus on this for right now. But the first thing I'm going to start with is a piece of this dress. Because like I said, this is my color, it's kind of my colorway for the whole piece. What is this thread I'm pulling? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's garbage. All right. So over here is where I've been cutting this dress. And I think this time I'm going to cut like a longer piece as opposed to more of a block piece. So I'm just going to cut it and let's see, we'll put it down. And if I cover some of it, that's fine. You know, I have, well, quite a bit of this, and it actually feels good to use this dress for something, yeah, something creative. So, okay. So if I have, let's just say I have that right there. Okay. There is a seam right here that I want to cut out. I don't want that. All right. So if I start that there, which would be in the middle, right? So the page will fold over. So this is basically the spine. So this is one page and this is another page. I do want to pull this in. It's just a little piece of that same fabric, so I can put that there. I do like this a lot. So let's see, what if I put that down there? I think what I would do with this is something like this. Something like that, to kind of layer that just a little bit. And yeah, kind of, I don't know. I'll see if I leave it like that. So I do want to use a piece of this. It doesn't have to be a lot of it. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just digging through here to see what I have. And using the same fabrics over and over is always a good thing as well, because, you know, that makes the whole thing more cohesive. Now, I did use a piece of this on this page, and I don't think I'm going to do that again right now. I would like to add a piece of this. That would be good. And then maybe what I'll do is, let's see. Now I do want something with brown. Let me go back to this little stack over here and see what I can pull in. I mean, all of these are really nice, right? I think I'm going to pull this dark one in here, but these are the ones that I've pulled out. So maybe I'll use a couple of these. I'll pull that one out and this one out. Okay. So these are new. I mean, they're new, they're old new. I've had them for a few years. But I've never even opened these fat quarters before. So what I'm going to do is just tear a piece off of each one of these so that I have something smaller to use and to play around with. So all I do, I think I'll make this a little smaller than that other one. And just tear it. And if you like all the fraying, yep, tearing it is the way to go for sure. All right, so now let's see. So if I have, let me move this stuff. Let me move this a little bit. Okay, so if I have that, which kind of moved, all right, if I have that there, I think what I'll do is, let's put a piece of this over here. So I'm gonna just snip, tear, and that's good. All right, so like that. Then I'll bring this over just a little bit so it overlaps. Now this is yellow, obviously, yellow and white down here. I don't know if I want to cut that. I don't know, because what am I going to put in here, right? I need something there. Like I could put something under this whole piece. So that's something to consider. And maybe that's what I'll do. So let's see what I have here. Is there something? Let's look at this. Oh, this is pretty too. Look at that. I'm going to keep that out too. All right, so let's see. So if I cut a piece of this and put it here, I mean, I could even leave it that big. My cousin is doing something outside next door. So if you hear banging, it's my cousin. He usually starts the lawnmower right about now, or the weed whacker, or the leaf blower. Okay, so this, well, this is definitely not cut straight, but I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. So I like that. I like that. Okay, good. All right, so now, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to cut this, and then we're going to iron, because I do like the fabrics to be as flat as possible. So, and then I'm going to iron this piece and just get them flat. Again, sorry. I know you have got to be able to hear my cousin next door. Okay. So if I do this, I'm going to put this frayed edge on top of this edge, which is not frayed. So the frayed edge is now on the bottom. So if I put this here, you know what? I need something different than this. I need something wider. You know what? Let me see something. I have this. Well, am I getting too much yellow on here? Maybe I am. Maybe I shouldn't use more yellow. So maybe something more neutral is what I need. So what I do have is this piece right here, which is very neutral. So let's see about getting a piece of this over here. And again, I'm leaving enough so that it overlaps. And I'll cut it down here. And let's iron that. Okay, and then this, and I did cut this a little too long, which again is fine. I will fix that at some point. So I like that. I like that. I feel like I need something here, right? Because there's like, like the way I look at it is like there's all these like corners over here. It just is like, I feel like I need a doily there. Or what if I pull in some of this? Even if it's only, yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna pull in just a little piece of this. This is one of those things, I just recently got it. I ordered it from the Whatnot app, and I love it so much. It's like one of those things like I just want to have for forever. I feel like hoarding it, but I'm not going to. Okay, so let me pin some of this down because I like it. And then what I'll do, sorry, I had the pin in my mouth. Then what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll baste it. Like, because like I said, this is all basted and I like that. I mean, this has pin in it and this has pin in it, but the rest of it is basted. And I like that because, you know, I don't get stuck by the pins, right? So I will baste it. But for now, we have to pin it down. So I am liking this very much. I also feel like I need something over here. What that is, I don't know. I could cut a piece of this and have it here. How about a piece of darker brown over here. Let me pin this down. So if I pin that, well, you know what? I have little squares of dark brown right here. So let me see, before I go cutting that, I don't know that I need it. So something like that, right? Something like that. All right, I like that. I like that. Okay, so I like that. Do I need a doily on there? Now, I love doilies. I can use them on like everything. Like, look at that. I love it. But I don't want to overuse my doily. I don't want to run out of doilies, if you know what I mean. See, I think that's super pretty. But I kind of like the size. Oh, I like that too. Just a little piece of darker lace. I like that. But I also like that. So I can do all of that. So now I'm getting the layers going, which I absolutely love. Now I can't go too far in the middle because remember that's the spine. So maybe if I move that, actually even put it more like that, then this can go here. I like it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to pin this down, and so what I'll do, and I'll do this, you know, on my own, you know, not on the video, is I will get these pages stitched down, and then, you know, I'll see what Carol comes up with next, and we'll move forward. We will move forward. All right. So let me pick this up and show you, and then that's going to be it for today's video. But I love this composition. I love it. So there we go. Lots of layers. Basically the three colors that I'm using, which would be a neutral, yellow, and brown, right? Which is all in this fabric. So it is going to look really nice along with this page right here. Yep. Okay. I am super happy with this. So I am going to end the video here. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll leave Carol's YouTube channel link. And yeah, and definitely go on over and check her out. All right, so thank you, Carol. Thank you for the prompt of the wave stitching. That was fun. I enjoyed it. All right, thanks so much. All right, God bless everybody. Bye-bye.